And welcome back to episode 91 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Second Place's First Loser King.
It sounded good when you thought it through the first time, huh?
That's what it is, nigga.
Second
place.
We'll see. We'll see if we're both going home after this weekend. How's that sound, Clifford?
Well, I can't speak for the teams, but I'll speak for the season pick'ems. First loser, Malcolm King.
Okay, all right.
We got OG Mike Brown in the building. How you feeling?
What's going on, peeps? How y'all doing?
We here again.
All right.
To my shower heads, I gotta give OG Mike Brown his piece. He won last week on the pick'ems.
All right.
He got how many do we do? 9? Oh, he did 10. He got 9 out of 10 last week.
All right. 9-10 is my birthday. You know what I mean? 9-10.
Okay. Yeah, he got 9 out of 10. So, Jersey got the spread on the Steelers-Ravens game.
Did he?
Uh-huh. I think he came in second last week. It was Mike, Jersey, Brett last week, and me and you. And that's what I would like to get into, why I say second place, first loser, right? Because once again, we tied. We tied all the way through. All our picks tied. Well, I mean, we didn't have the same picks, but we tied on everything.
Right.
So I was putting it in the books as a push. Like, okay, it's a push. We'll figure it out when the brackets come out.
Right.
Leave it to this nigga. And you remember from last episode, at the very end of the episode, when we was about to wrap up, he like,
the tiebreaker.
How about y'all's picks from Georgia, Bama?
Yeah,
and all of us gave our picks. And that was the one thing that got me to win for the season. So if you'd have just kept your mouth shut and didn't say nothing about that Georgia-Bama game,
that's
all
right.
Going into these brackets. But since we did not, I will be drinking out of my very fresh golden Foolproof Entertainment cup this evening.
All right. Worth every bit of it.
Of the first season of Hit the Showers NFL Pick'ems.
All right.
How about that?
Hey, cool. When you're not used to winning, you got to do whatever you can to feel good. So I respect it. I respect it.
Trophy,
it's nothing new for me. It's just another day in the office.
Right. You got a baby bottle over there.
Waiting on you to create it for me, I guess.
You ain't won one.
Waiting on the distributor.
Listen, but I had to just, give you my my jabs for the start of the episode, like I always do.
Of course. It wouldn't be right if you didn't. And I would think something's wrong.
Plus, the Eagles ain't play last week anyway, so it's like...
They did. Yes, we did. We got smashed by the Cowgirls.
Oh, yeah, y'all did play the Cowboys.
Yeah, they played their starters. We had our backups.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't.
Let it be known, Malcolm.
I did watch.
Well, I just want to throw that out there so nobody.
I mean, it's always you got backups. You always talking
backups. It was backups in.
That's crazy because I watched some of that game and I forgot about it.
Right.
I know that's right, brother. I know that's right.
That is crazy.
You probably thought Doug Peterson was still the coach.
You know what?
I thought something.
Since he's in the front running.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, he might be coming to Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that.
So while y'all talking stuff, better hope you don't get Flores.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like to have Brian Flores.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest.
About what?
All the, the coaching, the whole coaching situation. I just feel like the Raiders have had a lot of decent coaches come through that they've gotten rid of, and I feel like it's not always the fault of the coach. So if you're not going to do something like as an organizational overhaul, it really doesn't fucking matter who you bring in.
Right.
So I don't know. I really don't know. Like if I have a pick, like I would prefer Flores. I don't. I don't really
preference.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't really even. I don't honestly know where exactly we go from here organizationally, and I don't mean that to say like we didn't make the playoffs. Coach Mike in the building. What's popping?
What's going on, Mike?
What's going on? Sorry,
What's up, Mike?
You all right? Isn't it crazy?
Next time,
the white boy late.
My bad. Right. Next time that's the tension, Mike.
Right.
Hanging out with y'all too much.
I mean, if
yeah,
you could have been late for what I was late for,
yeah,
you would have
right. You had to.
All right.
You had to speak.
Man.
But
a tattoo appointment was canceled. I scheduled a different kind of appointment.
Right. I'm not mad at you.
Oh, okay.
He out there, little Duval in this bitch. He living his best life.
Hey. I ain't mad at you, Mike.
But
what are we talking about?
You missed my
Raiders suck,
my
and they
early
don't.
show Malcolm berating, and then
bro. We're talking about Doug Peterson,
right? And the Nick
Brian
Flores.
Cliff doesn't feel hopeful, Mike, with the current coaches that are up for head coaching positions. He doesn't feel confident with the candidates that are out there.
It's not. No, that's.
I mean, Gruden's coming back, right? Like he'll go on an apology tour in the offseason, and then they'll just bring Gruden back again.
You think?
Back to where?
Las Vegas.
I don't see that. Oh, no.
I'm not a fan.
I thought it might be Tampa Bay or something.
I'm not a fan.
I didn't know.
Anyway, so I would hope that wouldn't be the case. But no, that's not the case. That I wasn't like. I don't know what the word was that you used, Malk, but I'm not
confident.
Right. I just don't think our issue falls at coaching. And I'm not saying that we don't need a replacement because we currently don't have someone. I'm just saying that regardless of who you bring in, if your organization is off, that coach is just going to be gone in the next couple years anyway, regardless of what he does.
But that's just why they're bringing their own. That's why they're bringing their own system. My bad. Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
All I was gonna say is talk to Cleveland.
I mean, yeah, but everybody else. I mean, they get to bring in their own system and their own general managers and stuff like that. Sometimes,
right? That's what I'm saying. If Vegas lets them.
That's the difference, though, between pro and college. Like, to be frank, there are very few NFL systems in general. There are a few head coaches that I believe kind of run things their own way. And the only one that comes to immediate mind is Andy Reid.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else
Belichick.
They all – Belichick, too. All right, fair.
Yeah.
So, Andy Reid and Belichick. But, like, who outside of that is actually coming up with schemes, and it's not something that the
Mike Vrabel
does. And
Mike Vrabel.
What about your coach? What about your coach, Mike?
I mean, McDermott has done a good job of putting the right things in place. Like I think he was responsible for the shift in offense.
Yes,
in the Bills, but like the Bills have run the same defense more or less for years.
Yeah,
and it's that 3-4-4-3 hybrid, which personally I'm a fan of. Like, I think it gives you a good mix of things, and I think we've got the talent right now that it's working for us. But they've been running more of the 3-4 side of things, which goes around against like traditional Bills, which was the stack 4-3 with Bruce Smith on the edge and those kind of things.
Right. You went back on us, Mike. Right. You said Bruce Smith.
Right. Back to Lawrence.
The last time the Bills were this good, dude.
Lawrence Taylor.
I can tell it in your voice, bro.
I mean,
hey, we made the playoffs, so I'm kind of excited too. Wow, go Carr.
And let me clear myself up, right? Because I don't want to take anything away from the Raiders in how far they got, right? Especially with all the turmoil they went through in the locker room and, the losing players and all that. For that, I will commend Carr in a way for at least keeping it together. Because if you're being honest, the Raiders probably went through 3 potentially season-ending situations that could have been bad.
Right.
It's almost the Raider way, right? Because it's like it's like without the turmoil, you don't succeed.
Or something's bound to happen, you know.
The bad boys.
That's like it's always that. Something's bound to happen, you know what I mean? It goes good here at first, and shit falls apart after 3 games, bro.
But usually, see, here's the thing. This is why I want to, make sure I clear it up, because usually when that happens, we do fall apart.
Yeah,
we do fall apart. And in this specific instance, we haven't. This is Derek Carr's first playoff appearance. And,
that's what I'm saying.
And
I'm kind of excited for him.
And for it to be his first playoff appearance in a season where you lost Ruggs to his unfortunate situation, Arnett for doing shit you don't do over the phone, fucking John Gruden losing a coach and a neighbor.
That's the shit you don't do over the phone, yeah.
And a friend, right? Like I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you're gonna do it, don't do it over the phone.
Right. I heard that.
Don't do it on camera over the phone.
Be smart about
but Cliff, I think that's a good point, considering the Raiders started off so hot, because they started off like 5-0, something like that, right? Or 4-1.
No, I think we lost one early, and it was like 4 early, and it was like 4-1 or something like that.
Yeah, 4-1, 5-1, and then you guys went on a big kind of tailspin. It felt like in the middle of the season, and to be able to snap yourselves out of that and still get back to 10 wins, like that's a big deal. I mean, the Bills kind of did the same thing. Like they had me questioning, especially that like second, so if you break the season into 16, I know it's 18, but if you break it into like those 4 weeks, that third quarter of the season, I was ready to hang it up. Like I was ready. All right,
y'all
like
did
the
fall off for
Bills
a
are
while.
tanking. The Bills are fucking up. After they lost to the Patriots in the snow in Buffalo, I was like, what the fuck? Like you guys can't even win at home in these kind of conditions, because all you do is throw. Right, this is supposed to be your advantage. Now the problem is the Bills throw the ball, 90-10.
You weren't on that week. I wanted to talk to you about that so bad.
Oh yeah,
I was upset. I think I even gave Josh Allen hit the showers that week for trying to keep throwing the ball over and over again.
And that's not, that was McDermott in the play calling.
Sure.
And I do think that. And I don't mean to take away from the Raiders, so I can hold on my comments here. But I do think that they changed in these last 4 weeks, and I think it was a little bit planned. Like Singletary and Moss did not play much in the middle of the season, and I wonder if that was a calculated move,
right, to make sure they were healthy for the end
or the playoffs.
Right, and we'll get back to that, because that's a good point. But to round off my thought. Yeah. All I was getting at is why I'm still kind of talking down on the Raiders is because you work so hard to build up this young identity, and then you lost a lot of it. So now you're once again identityless with a quarterback situation that's potentially on the fence. So it's like that situation is teetering on an entire rebuild. Or can we bring somebody in and offload some people for the right talent? So I feel like bringing a coach into this situation is kind of putting a lot on his shoulders, regardless of who you have in there.
Well, and again, I think to the earlier point, that comes down to a situation of, are they going to hire a coach and let him be a general manager and make that call? Or is the organization going to make that call and they're just going to have to squeeze, the coach is going to have to basically fit a square peg into a round hole?
Raiders history with the Davis family is they always like running things themselves. So I don't really see them bringing in a coach that they're going to hand the keys over to and allow them. I think Gruden was like, that was their entry. Like, we trust you enough since we have history. Try it. But I don't know that the next coach gets the same range.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they do. And I think that makes it tough for anybody to come in there and be effective.
Right. That's my issue with it. But, I mean, other than that, the game itself, 35-32 win over the Chargers. Excuse me. Britt and OG Mike Brown were the only two that picked the Raiders. I even didn't go with them that week. And, I mean...
I wouldn't have either.
Wow. I had to.
I understand.
What we got left besides the playoffs?
No, I definitely understand. But,
Go ahead, Malcolm. You want to say something? I'm sorry.
That's what I mean. That's the BS though with the upsets that had me mad this past weekend is the Rams and 49ers game, and then the Raiders and the Joe played the Chargers. That's right, the Chargers game. Like,
but either way, that wouldn't have got you the win because we picked together on those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so either way, that would have got me the win if both them
hit. I don't feel as bad then.
Did anybody? That's where I was going. Like I was watching the score for that game in the background, and I'm like, it's gonna end in a tie. It's gonna end.
I did too.
Pittsburgh's gonna be out. Like
really.
I did too.
I thought they was gonna go. I thought they was gonna knee it out or something like that. But they went ahead and kicked the field goal, and here we are.
Nah, you can't knee it out, especially when that's Carr's. Nah, you can't. You gotta go for that win.
Right. Well, they went for the field goal, so we're in there.
Yeah, no, definitely. Congrats, Daniel Carlson, because he won us that game.
Sure enough, man.
It's like Carr is. It's like Carr is a point guard, right? And I know that's the
leader role.
That right, and that's the NFL equivalent of. But what I'm getting at is Carr can put you in positions to score. Mm-hmm. Whether by run or field goal, but he can't do it himself.
No, that's don't do that.
He's not going to throw touchdowns for you. Your best bet is to get inside that 20 and start handing the ball off.
Right.
And that's what makes me question picking the Raiders in big situations. Because as much as I am a fan, I also am a fan of myself. You know, my knowledge or, my predictions. And I don't just want to just be picking because I like them when it just doesn't make sense to me.
Makes sense.
He can't score enough to keep up with high-volume teams. The Chargers are a high-volume team. And let's be honest, the Raiders defense did a lot of stepping up that game.
Yeah,
they did a lot of stepping up that game.
Because the first time we played them, Cliff, they trashed us the first time.
Right.
So I was kind of impressed with them this time around. They did step up their game a little bit. So
it's just Carr to me. If he could just throw one more touchdown, you need to throw 2 more touchdowns a game, but just one more touchdown. Let me run some stats down for you. So Carr threw 55.6% completion rate. 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, with an 88.4 QBR. Now, this is the first game in the last 8 games that Carr has thrown for more than 1 touchdown. Now, this is also the first game in the past 5 games that Carr has thrown for no interceptions. Now, as a marquee quarterback of an organization, that's not acceptable. So, like Malcolm says, it has to be to a point now where it's like somebody likes you for some reason. Like, you have it in with somebody to where they'll continue to give you chances. And it may be to what you said, that Carr's just a good dude. I believe he probably is just a good dude.
Right.
But just a good dude doesn't mean great quarterback or the guy to run the ship.
Loyalty to a fault.
I actually
want for a Raiders organization.
Right. I was just about to say that. I actually want a quarterback with a nasty side in him.
Like Josh Allen.
Listen, he might be my favorite quarterback in the league right now. He might be my favorite quarterback in the league right now.
So because I had full intent to be on last week and I wasn't, I do want to just circle back to Matt Ryan sliding or diving into the end zone and finding out why Josh Allen doesn't do that shit. Because Matt Ryan dove into the end zone, got called a touchdown. Upon further review, got marked at 2 inches shy, and then he got teed up for a personal foul for talking shit to Micah Hyde after the play, only for that to cost them the touchdown at the end of the game where they would have been able to pull within.
Oh, really? See,
yeah, that's how all that shit went down 2 weeks ago against the Falcons.
I remember seeing the highlight, but I didn't know that all that was behind. You know what I'm saying? It was just the highlight,
yeah.
So I didn't.
Like Matt Ryan, older quarterback or starting to get older. He looked old as shit in that game.
He's older.
Dove in, tried to basically slide into the end zone. Knee hit before he crossed the plane. Didn't know it. He got up and got in Micah Hyde's face and was talking shit to Micah Hyde. Got flagged for 15. and then the challenge came in, and he was marked short. And so instead of it being fourth and inches from the goal, or fourth and goal from like the inch line, it was 4th and 16.
Right.
Fucking phenomenal. It was the greatest. It was the greatest thing ever.
Damn.
And that's why Josh Allen doesn't fucking slide.
Man, listen, but you
He's
don't
the big
have
man
to,
too,
right?
though.
You don't have to when
That's
you're
a
that big.
difference.
I'm still hung up on that play, that pass from him to Stephon Diggs, the first touchdown in the Jets
for the
game.
Jets, yep. Where he like shook off 4 different people.
It wasn't even about shaking off. It was just pure. It was skill and just tank. He was just he was stiff arming. He leaned into the hit like a running back and still threw the ball sidearmed to Stephon Diggs. I was like,
in the
my gosh.
Now in the highlight, do they zoom in the way they did during the challenge?
Yep.
Okay, because I didn't think he was in.
The catch.
Yeah.
So this is what I watched it over and over
His
again.
foot comes up like
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So they gave it to him off the strength of him dragging his foot as the ball came in. But you are absolutely correct. As he makes contact and controls the ball, he picks his foot up. Right. But I feel like you had to give it to him, though.
Well, and that was the thing, is they ruled it incomplete at first initially, and then changed it on the field.
See, that's what.
And then the challenge didn't have enough evidence to overturn the reversed ruling on the field.
Oh, so there
was some shenanigans in that shit.
It had to have been, because everybody wasn't at the angle to be able to see that. That's only one man's call.
Well, and I hate to break this, but that female sideline judge was overruled 2 or 3 times in that game.
On that sideline?
I think she's the one that made that call the first time, and I think she got overridden by either the back judge or the umpire.
That makes sense.
But she also gave the Jets, some rookie, his first NFL reception, and it was clearly not a reception. So
I'm trying to remember if I know that play.
I don't remember that
because I do remember seeing it was a sideline play, and he was up in the air, like came down.
And he came down, and his elbows hit the sideline before his body did.
I think.
And then the Jets ran a play within like the next 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
For a challenge, but it is what it is. Bills handled the Jets like they were supposed to.
Exactly.
So they made it interesting for 3 quarters, and then decided to wake the fuck up. Dude, the defense alone is why I'm confident in the Bills going into the playoffs. The defense has fucking come alive in the last 4 weeks. They had 10 fucking sacks.
Right. They sacked 9. They sacked them 9 times.
All right. I thought they got it to 10 at the end. All right, but they were
9 sacks.
Right around there.
Right, but it was enough for me to write it down.
And the problem is that honestly, the Bills go as Josh Allen goes, and Josh Allen has not played well the last 3 or 4 weeks outside of like making good decisions to run the ball. He has thrown like 2 or 3 picks a game.
I should have sent it to you. So there's a video on YouTube, and it's just a little clip, probably like 20 seconds long, and it's a Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen mic'd up in the game, and Stephon keeps saying, "You're doing good, baby, but play smart. Play smart. Just play smarter." And he says, "Listen, play smart. I'll beat your ass." And Josh Allen turns around. And he says, "I'll beat the fuck out of you." He said, "That's what I like, baby. I need that the rest of the game."
Josh Allen told Stephon Diggs that?
Stephon Diggs was like, "Play smarter, I'll beat your ass." And he turned around like, "I'll beat the fuck out of you."
Oh, shit.
And then he patted him like, "That's exactly what I need for the rest of the game."
That's boys. That shows you they're boys.
Oh, like, after the game, they was like, "I love you, bro. I love you," like hugging up.
They talked about how they played video, like when Stephon first came to Buffalo, they like would play video games together and like just really be
right.
Yeah, no.
They have an on and off the field relationship, which is nice.
And that's how I want the person that I'm going to war with to be with me. Like, this isn't all fucking roses. Even if you want to, get in my ass and tell me I'm fucking up, do so.
Well, and that's kind of the thing with Josh Allen in general. Like, yes, he makes mistakes and he makes some bad fucking decisions in terms of letting that ball go sometimes. But you know what? The fact that he puts his fucking body on the line every chance that he has, his team fucking loves him. And they rally around him, and the city is rallied around him.
Let me ask you something.
He's a beast.
Do y'all feel like that Josh Allen is a younger? Well, let me just say this. Let's say Josh Allen, his current stage and his age, when Roethlisberger was at that age, do you think Josh Allen is similar but better? What is what I'm saying than Roethlisberger was at this point? Like, but similar as far as size and stuff.
I mean, Roethlisberger was a shit at first.
I think he
was. Roethlisberger was
Josh he's pretty solid, but he ain't no Ben.
He's not.
He's a little bit more solider, I think.
And on that point, like Ben was a tough son of a bitch, and he was never going to run the ball. He was going to hang in the pocket.
That's true.
He did a few times.
Defensive.
And the game went real slow too. It went in slow motion.
But remember, defensive ends couldn't bring him down. Like Big Ben was breaking 1 or 2 tackles a lot. Like,
completely agree. But he wasn't turning that into a 30 or 40-yard run. He might scamper for a first down, but he's not turning that into a 30-yard run the way Josh Allen does at least twice.
Lower shoulder.
Josh
boom,
Allen
hit the man.
His style, honestly, Josh Allen's style, the guy he reminds me of is Favre. Now, Favre wasn't big on like tucking the ball and running either, but the way, like, just the improvisation that he does is very Favre-esque in terms of like
how far
all right, no.
Take it.
Did you see the play on the sideline where Josh has the first down
and pitched it back to
the tight end, can't get out of bounds, and then pitched it back to Dawson Knox?
I said
was like a yard behind the first down, but was able to get the first down and then get out of bounds.
That was a high key play.
That kind of shit,
right?
That's what I'm talking about being able to improv. And he did that shit earlier in the game too, where he started to run and then he dumped it back to Knox, and it ended up being, I think it was an incomplete, but same like heads up, like the chemistry on that team is fucking incredible. And do I think that they are best talent wise in the NFL? No, I don't. Especially not on offense. I think they still leave a lot to be desired on offense. But they are fucking fun to watch. And honestly, that's been the Bills the last 3 or 4 weeks. They are out there clowning. And I'm curious to see if they change that mentality or if they stay that loose when we hit the playoffs.
Nah, I think it's going to be that loose. Stephon Diggs is like, I even acknowledged it. Like, he's on another level. Like, he's locked in right now. Like, he's doing what he wants out there on that field.
Absolutely.
Like, he's taking extra steps just to see if he can get more yards before he. And I'm
and on top of that, gosh. Did you see they tried like the reverse pass with Diggs, and Diggs was just like, and he was just laughing about it after the play because it was clearly not going to work, and I think he ended up getting it out of bounds, getting rid of it. Right, but just him laughing at Josh on the way back, like, man, you weren't fucking open. Like, you just thought they'd run that play in practice, and Josh was always wide open.
Right, you knew it.
And Diggs was like, told you wouldn't fucking be open.
Right. He like, I got moves too, motherfucker. He does have moves, though.
He does.
I will give that. That big motherfucker got moves.
Dude. Fuck the Raiders. I will retract some of my early season criticism of
and fuck the Bills.
Right. I was waiting on you to do that. Okay. I was waiting on you to do that too.
Why we opening up?
I hear you, Mock, over there, and you shut the fuck up. But I was waiting on you to do that because I was about to say your boy Singletary has been carrying a load.
Yes. The last 3 or 4 weeks, he has come on.
He looks good.
Moss has kind of faded to the background, but
that's a good sign.
I think it's actually a good thing because I think what will happen is Singletary will carry it early in the playoffs. Moss will carry it late.
Right.
And I think they have confidence in both of them to do it.
And I was watching. I think I watched most of that game too, but I was watching the game and I noticed that even in Zach Moss's all his stops were situational, right? Like, it was like a bad, like, it wasn't a bad screen, but it was a screen where he couldn't get much out of that anyway. You were just dumping it off. Or it was a handoff where they were already blitzing that hole.
Yep.
He didn't have much to do. And he was still making effort to
he still got yard.
Right.
Like,
so that's
Moss does a good job of falling forward.
So he's going to get an opening eventually where it's like, now I got my track. My feet are back under me. I feel it now. I think it's a good sign.
And the fact that you have Beasley is back and healthy. He's been quiet for a couple weeks. You've got Dawson Knox, who, while he was part of a couple big plays, been quiet for a couple of weeks. Like, they've focused in on Diggs, which early in the season they didn't do well. Now that, like, after this game and the previous week where Diggs was targeted some insane amount of times, including, and then who was the other? I'm forgetting the guy who came in for Beasley and fucking torched it. Had like 20 fucking receptions the week Beasley was out, and I'm blanking on his name. Another wide receiver. But they've got those 4 plus Emmanuel Sanders. Like, the amount of talent they have on the field at receiver, you can't cover everybody. And that was the problem. Remember last year, coming out of the Chiefs game, what did I say? I said we didn't have enough. We had Diggs and we had Beasley, and we had nobody else we could target. That is not the case anymore, which is why I think the Bills are a dangerous playoff team right now, because I don't think you can cover all of their weapons on offense.
And you got a gunslinger quarterback. And you got a gunslinger quarterback.
A gunslinger quarterback who's not afraid to fucking tuck it and run for 30.
Man, it's not even about that, right? It's not about, and we about to hop off the Bills here in a second.
Yeah, get the hell off this weak ass Bills.
It's not even about being able to tuck it and run. It's really the impressive thing to me about it is the confidence of knowing he's big enough and strong enough to stand anyone up. Like, he'll literally stand the blitzer up to hold off extra time to get the ball out of his hand. When I saw him lean into the hit like a running back and still use the momentum to get the ball, I said, oh, this man is a problem.
Well, and the thing is, too, is that when he does decide to tuck it and run, he's not thinking first down ever.
Right.
He is thinking, I am going all the fucking way.
Right. I'm gonna take the hit to get the extra yards, too. And it's like, I remember being back in high school, like, there were certain running backs at certain schools, and it was like, damn, I really don't want to have to take you one-on-one. Right. It's amazing to see a quarterback that people look at like, I don't want to have to take this man one-on-one.
Right. I'll take Josh Allen against any fucking DB in the league.
I think I may as well. I may.
There might be
there's one that I will not take him against. Time out. That's on my squad.
Time out.
Not taking him against Jonathan Abrams. That man comes down the line like a bullet. That's why he has so much issues in coverage, because when he sees the person running, that was how I was too, overcommitting shit sometimes. He's coming like a bullet at you.
Who's that?
Jonathan Abrams?
Yeah, he's out right now, though, with that shoulder injury.
He's going to be out for a while. I think he's out through some of next season, too.
There's not many, Mike, I'll give you that could take on Josh Allen as far as tackling. But
that's
I think
just me being biased, but I don't see I don't see a lot of safeties or DBs coming down with hits like that anymore.
That's the other side of this. The only one I wouldn't want to see him go toe to toe with is Micah Hyde. So
Micah Hyde's pretty tough. Hey, I was thinking the Honey Badger.
They don't come out though.
Honey
Badger is another one, like I say, Jonathan Abrams, where it's just his commitment to the hit. But I don't think that they're just big enough to be going at him every play. No.
Right.
Neither one of them are big enough to be taking Josh down every play, but given the circumstance, both of them will make a good stick on him, I believe.
The other me eating a little bit of humble pie, Greg Rousseau is the truth. That kid has a bright future in the NFL at defensive end.
As what?
The defensive end that the Bills drafted first round.
Yeah, I don't know if I've tracked him enough.
So he has already had like a tip ball interception to himself. That was probably mid-season. And I think he had either one or two in the game against the Jets. And if he didn't have two,
there were so many tips, rushes, and it was mayhem.
Long, man. And
you know what? Fat. With that being said, though, just to run, because when you look at Zach Wilson's stats in that game, he was 35% completion, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 66 QBR. He had a handful of rushing yards too.
He did.
But watching it, I wasn't as upset with him in that game.
Yeah.
Because that was a pure experience game for him. There was no way he could get out of a lot of those situations. It was just about make the right call. And as many interceptions as he threw early in the season, he was making good calls even in those situations.
He was being smart about the situations. And I will say that the Bills defense was playing like the Bills offense in terms of they were out there just having fun. Like, somebody unchained the playbook on the defensive side because I've been screaming for us to fucking go after people on third down.
Punts getting blocked and everything. Like, they were doing it was yeah, you can tell they're geared up for the postseason.
Yeah. And I like the fact, I actually end up liking the fact that they didn't beat the Patriots both times because it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a single season.
Right. But I told you that when we talked about it. I said I think the Patriots was going to win the first one, and then I think the Bills got it from there. But that's a good old matchup right there.
It will be, and it'll be in Buffalo, and maybe they can redeem themselves in front of the home crowd.
Man, I'm sure they will though too. We'll see.
All right. I'm sorry for monopolizing the time with the Bills. I haven't been on in a couple of weeks.
It's okay. It's okay, Mike. My stomach's hurting, but it's all good.
Right.
You know what I mean? There ain't no. I'm just kidding, bro.
I mean, you can tell I'm a fan, right?
I already know. I can hear it in your voice, the excitement. You know.
Hey,
you know what?
I knew it was real whenever I seen that picture on Facebook, Mike, of you and Cliff and some homies back in the day with the gold chain and the Bills jersey on.
Oh yeah, he never.
Okay, all right.
Never and it had his name on the back too.
It did too. Right. I still got that jersey.
All right.
I'll wear it when we get to the Super Bowl.
That motherfucker, a sociopathic Bills fan.
Hey, Mike, you gotta bring the gold chain. If you go to the Super Bowl, you gotta bring the gold chain back.
Listen, he ain't got
retake the picture.
We will. We'll have a talk during the playoff brackets. I will tell you about the prophecy in the Bills.
Oh yeah. You know what though? Beyond even hearing that, they are my front runner right now for the whole thing.
Bills.
Yeah, they're definitely my front runner for the entire thing this year.
All hangs on Josh Allen. How well does he play?
I don't think that's a bad gamble, though.
No.
I don't think that's a bad gamble, especially looking at the path to.
I think that they've got one of the better, like, looking at the brackets overall, if you're not going to take a 1 seed going all the way.
You got a nice spot.
Yeah, the Bills have a good path.
Right. So they are definitely my front runner in that one. But, I mean, we won't jump straight into that because what I do, well, let me see. Hold up.
We're going to talk about the fact that the Browns backups beat the Bengals backups.
I was just about to, I was just thinking about that, and I kind of wanted Britt on the pod.
Oh, we can wait then.
No, she ain't. I don't think she checked in.
She won't be on till next season at this point.
Well, she still got a team in the playoffs at the moment.
No,
I saw her
at the moment. Yes,
we're not doing that jump. We're not doing that jump ship.
Well, she still got a squad. Well, my squad can potentially beat your squad. Both your squads.
Because then look, at that point, then any of us, if any of our teams lose in the playoffs, then any of us supposedly could hop on the next team and say, yeah, that's my team.
It
ain't like that, bro.
You got to ride or die with your team.
She went Ohio for Ohio, man. You know what I mean?
I ain't mad at that either.
That's fair.
Know?
Yeah, I guess that's all right.
But
I was surprised to tune in last week and see her with, was it a Bengals hat on?
It wasn't a Bengals hat.
It wasn't a Bengals, but it looked like.
I know. I did listen to the explanation. It was some brown for it.
Right. Very.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, I heard a lot of bullshit. They was talking about Case Keenum in that game, and his stats wasn't awful. Nor did I think he played awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is they have enough weapons that, I mean, as long as you can continue to hand it off to Chubb, like.
Yeah, I mean between like the
shot.
the backfield, yeah,
Right.
the backfield,
Kareem
yeah,
Hunt.
the wide receiving core is decent. Like I don't know if like I know we talk about it, and I am kind of starting to lean a little bit with Britt. Like the Jarvis Landry of now isn't the Jarvis Landry of LSU.
Yeah.
Right.
By any means. Like, yeah, if you can get it into his bubble, he's going to snatch that bitch. I do like his hands for sure. But he's not a crazy impact player. It's been proven because now you see Donovan Peoples-Jones out there being the guy that's making the big plays now because it's like, well, we got you as Jarvis Landry. And you're not being Jarvis Landry.
Not doing that.
Right. So at this point, it's like, do you move Peoples-Jones all the way up there to that spot and look to get him some help and drop him to the 3-man? Because you can't do it with them 1 and 2 at the moment. Unless Baker comes back on his shit. Like on his shit.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be in this league.
We already talked about that. Once you lose control of the locker room, I don't see how you come back, whether you're top notch or not.
Going back to the earlier conversation about the Raiders, I mean, Cleveland's issues are bigger than the coach and the staff and the roster.
Les in the chat was good. G.
What's up, Les?
What's up, Les?
Going on.
Working, making that money, I hope. But yeah, Case Keenum, he finished at 70.8% completion, 176 on the yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 102 QBR. Brandon Allen, 51.7 completion, 136 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, 76.2 QBR. I just feel like, Mike, you are correct though. They do have enough weapons that a decent quarterback can make it work.
Well, but again, this comes back to the same conversation about the Raiders. Like it starts at the top. It's that organization.
Right. And I don't want to put everything on Baker, right?
Yeah, no.
I don't want to he's fighting through injuries. He's not 100%.
He's got commercials to do.
Right.
You know, if it don't correlate to on field in commercials, you ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah. I mean, he just hasn't played good ball. I mean, I don't think it's being hard on him. I mean, he hasn't played good ball, and I think,
I guess it comes down to at what point do you separate what's being told from the truth? Because at some point, I ask myself, how hurt are you?
Right.
Because you are still Baker Mayfield. You can still be like, nah, I'm not risking it. I'm out.
Right.
And for you to continue playing, even though you know you're hurt and you're not looking any better, that just doesn't make sense to me. Right? Like, if I know I'm hurt and give me 3 games will honestly be too much for my pride. If I go in the first game and I'm like, damn, I'm limited, but I'm still effective, I'll go in the second game. And if I'm like, damn, I'm limited and I had a worse game, no way am I going into the third game.
Okay, Cliff, then I would go ahead and apologize right now to Antonio Brown for, sending him to the showers and not knowing that he had an injury going on. No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I was throwing it out there that, he was hurt. He was hurt, and I still wanted him to play. And
well, that was
doing the
jumping jacks. People had that information, though.
Yeah, but here's my issue with that situation because I've seen that shit at the high school level.
Yeah,
it's not fucking acceptable. Like you are part of a team, and that was very much like a look at me kind of situation, and I can't stand it.
Well, wait. I understand what you're saying completely, right? But we had this talk when you weren't on either, and I don't know that you heard it. So my whole thing is the lies, right? You said you didn't know anything about the injury. He never checked in with the trainer. All this bullshit. Then he leaks the messages showing you sending him the message saying we're not going soft on this next week. Be ready, and he shows you the picture of him in the training room as we speak. Like, I'm trying to get right. I don't know how I'm gonna be. That was number one, where I was like, well, hold up, that doesn't quite make sense to me. Why would you say you didn't know? And you clearly knew, on top of him not being in practice, and then you tell him mid-game, if you don't get in, get the fuck out. Now, me as Antonio Brown, just thinking about the history of myself in the sport, thinking about how good I am in watching Chad, Ocho Cinco, Terrell Owens, and all them struggle to try to get in the Hall of Fame. You think they gonna give a motherfucker like me that opportunity? Nah. So I'm gonna use this right now to give y'all my exit, the fuck up out of here, the way I see fit. Because if that's the last time I'm ever gonna be on the field, and I'm not saying it is, I thought it could be, but I think somebody could potentially pick him back up.
Yeah.
Well, he'll find a home.
But if that was my last time to be on the field, for sure you can believe Clifford Jordan Jennings is acting the ass. Regardless of how I feel about the team, you can guarantee, oh, y'all fucking me like this? Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame. I'm about to
Cliff, he got naked to prove it. Dead jumping jacks leaving.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him in this situation. The only thing is, I feel like this was a boy who cried wolf situation. You used all of your bailouts up.
Political cash, yeah.
Right. Now you have none left. So even though you may not be in the wrong in this situation, you still fucked up because you have no more outs. You don't have any more get out of jail free cards, bruh. Mm-hmm. So it looks bad on you. But as far as like as bad as people are trying to make it out, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think a lot of people knew, whether we're talking about the vaccination card or whatever the case may be. I think a lot more people knew about what was going on than led to believe.
Yeah.
He doesn't pull that off by himself.
Okay. Not to switch up.
No, it's about time.
I was just reading a thing that about Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland's planning on moving forward with him as their quarterback for the future.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wow.
I mean, they have to right now, right?
Right.
Like, they don't want to introduce quarterback controversy before there's a controversy.
Right.
Because it ain't going to be Keenum. Like, yes, he did fine.
What's he?
But,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yes, he did fine, but they're going to keep their operating.
He's not the guy.
They're going to keep their negotiating leverage available in terms of, well, we've got him, so we don't really need you, but, if you're looking for somewhere to play, maybe, like, that's all negotiation bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what then comes from that is, are you willing to waive a season?
Right.
Because then the next question is, when Baker does come back next season and he is quote unquote healthy and he has that same season, at that point you've sacrificed progress that you could have made away from that situation.
Fair.
So it's really a toss up, right? Because Baker looked decent in his first few years, but I don't know that he looked ever, let's give him the keys to the team.
I just never thought Baker Manziel was the one. I never did. You know what I mean? I never have. I don't know. I didn't like him in college.
I liked him in Oklahoma.
I didn't care for him too much.
I did. I liked him in Oklahoma, and I liked his
he had a little spark to him,
right.
You know what I mean?
I liked his cojones, for lack of a better word. When I saw him plant his flag in Ohio State's thing, my jaw dropped. My jaw dropped.
But that's why he's been cursed by the Ohio gods.
Listen, my jaw dropped because, let's be honest, over the history of seeing Ohio State, we've rioted for a lot less than that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw him plant that flag, I said, that took some cojones right there.
Yeah.
So Baker's in what, his fourth year?
I thought it was fifth.
Fourth, or he'll be going into his fifth, I think. Maybe, or fifth going into his sixth. He's in that.
No, it would be fourth, right? Because this is his year. to determine
18, 19, 20, 21. So this will be his 5th coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
So 22, the start of the 22 season will be his 5th
right.
season. Kind of the timing for quarterbacks to flame out. Like you've either made it and established yourself by that point or you haven't.
Right.
Do the Browns risk introducing a quarterback controversy with a draft pick?
I don't give a fuck at this point if I'm the Browns. Get the quarterback. Yeah. Get the quarterback just in case. At least we have a contingency plan here if Baker doesn't work out. But
and Baker's injury prone anyway, so you get him experience.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Right. Because Case
that
Keenum
might be the play. That might be the play.
It would have to be, in my opinion.
Now, I don't know that you go first round with a quarterback pick there, but maybe if you think you can get somebody decent, 2nd or 3rd round.
Well, see, here's the thing about that, though, is
Cleveland shitting quarterbacks too.
I know the Bills and the Browns have the same fucking jersey that goes on for 30 games or whatever over the last 20 years. So,
well, my concern with that is that we're pretty light in the elite quarterback status in this year's draft. So if you were going to wait until the second round, I would imagine the only way you would get something beneficial is if you scouted this player for a while. And if you expected Baker to be your guy, you weren't scouting anybody well enough throughout.
You find a diamond in the rough like Josh Allen, somebody that people say can't do it, and draft like a 3rd round pick out of Wyoming.
Right. Do you think that? I'm not going to say that because I know that this is a professional organization and they have people that are designated to look at talent even when they don't need it. But do you think that Cleveland has been that in depth into the college season to know we can do something with this person? I don't know that I give Cleveland that. I don't know that they're that responsible when it comes to thinking ahead.
No,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're not.
So it sounds great, like, especially from your perspective as a coach, that would be your move and that would be my move as well. But the question is, who makes it? Who makes that call? Who are you going to allow to pick that lower round quarterback? Because otherwise you just wasted a pick.
Yeah.
It's still a big deal because even if that's a 3rd round pick, that could have been a linebacker, a defensive man, a lineman, somebody that was hungry that'll step up. Speaking of AB, that's a 6th round pick we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
That we're talking about. But the question is scouting. You gotta know that there's something to get somebody that low in the draft. And I don't know that Cleveland's ever had a good track record scouting draft picks.
No, Cleveland's draft record.
Well.
Yeah, Cleveland's draft record is about as abysmal as Buffalo's. So
the Raiders too. I put the Raiders in there as well.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure.
But we'll move on. I did think Case Keenum did a lot better than the people on ESPN and all them tried to make him out to be. But I also was the guy who thought Jordan Love did a lot better against the Chiefs than everybody else made it out to be. You know what I mean? Like, as a guy that hadn't been in the position at all, and you throw him to ex Super Bowl champion. Y'all can't play him like he's just trash.
Right.
He ain't took no snaps. And then you just put him there. Stop playing him like he was awful. He wasn't. Nor was Case Keenum. That shit got on my nerves just listening to him talk bad about him. And I don't even like Case Keenum. But I'm like, damn, like, let my nigga live.
Right. Why you going at him so hard?
He got the win. Oh, speaking of, Browns got the win 21-16. So for everybody that, all my shower heads that I didn't, But other than that,
key upset. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. Yeah. Come on now.
I like the Dolphins, man. I'm just mad about Brian Flores.
I saw that. You know what?
Yeah, that was some BS.
I saw that coming,
Yeah,
and I
that made my stomach hurt.
I looked back at our pick, and I couldn't believe it when I said I put Pats 3. Yeah. I was just thinking to myself, like, I saw a potential for the Dolphins to take that, and that just bothered me when I saw it, too, because I at first I got excited, like, you got that, and then I was thinking, like, did you? And I looked at that paper and saw Pats 3, and I was like, damn, you a fool, man. Fuck that up. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think that the Patriots aren't what we think they are. But at the same time, I don't think that they are, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It does to me, right? And that's what's so crazy about it, is that in my head it makes perfect sense, but I can understand how nobody else can follow. What I'm getting at is, yes, I think Bill Belichick is going to go down as the best quarterback in NFL history.
The best coach?
Coach.
Yeah, he will.
Follow me because I've been drinking. But
that's okay.
Coach, yes, coach. But I also feel like he's not only is he a good coach, he's a great, and this analogy is going to be off, he's a pocket knife, in my opinion. Like, he's like MacGyver. He doesn't need much to make something happen.
You can turn nothing into something.
Exactly. So when I see somebody like Mac Jones come into that organization, it's like, you have all the intangibles that he needs to make you what he needs to make you. Yep. So whether you're a rookie or not in that situation, you just got blessed. You just got blessed in one of the best situations by coming into a Belichick and having the certain intangibles that you had from learning in Alabama. Perfect situation. No doubt.
Perfect. And I think we all agreed on that during the draft special, was that Mac Jones is a perfect fit for the Patriots.
Right.
He's a perfect fit for Bill Belichick. The question is, how much does Bill have left? Like, I mean, dude could probably live comfortably for the rest of his life. Like, what does he still want to prove other than to prove that it wasn't Brady, it was him? Like, does he get Mac to a title and then he's like, all right, I'm done?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I think Bill is hungry. I think Bill's a lion. I think Bill wants all the food he can eat. So if he starts winning with Mac, he like, I'm about to show y'all motherfuckers how much I can win with Mac.
Does he basically, he won't leave until he turns Mac into the next Tom Brady?
I bet.
Well,
I can't deal with that shit. No,
he's just pissed off. He's just pissed off, Mike, that they left with Cleveland in the middle of the night. He's still pissed off from that ever since that happened, Mike. He's been on one in the NFL for real.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Wow. How many divisional titles that man got?
I don't want to talk about it.
Can you imagine his trophy room?
Belichick? Yeah, I mean,
his trophy room. That motherfucker has an expansion of his house. He has a guest house that's his trophy room.
Yeah.
He's just so fucking weird, though.
I like his style.
He's got to be the winningest. Like, he's got to have more Super
Bowl titles than
to feel coach, right?
Than who?
Super Bowl.
He's got to have more Super Bowl titles than any coach, right?
Yeah, for sure you would have to. Because I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He's got to.
Yeah, he's got to.
Now, yes, we.
Because he didn't been to what? He's done been to 7 Super Bowls.
The next would be what? Lombardi? It would have to be Lombardi.
Yeah, and you'd have to go that far back.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give him peas. That's why I feel like, he's gonna keep eating, and he's not old. Like, he is old. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But
he ain't old like a Pete Carroll.
That.
Okay.
Stay out of my head.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, you was
It
right.
was wide open.
Yeah, that's a listen.
Massive style.
Listen, he said it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he still got time left. I think he got time left, and I think that he's in the perfect situation right now, especially because if you remember, after the whole situation went down where the Bucks got that victory and everybody started talking bad on Belichick, he said, "Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm not no ignorant shit, right?" But he said, "I've been frugal with my spending with the Patriots thus far. Let me show you how this bank account rolls over here in New England." And emptied the entire bank on players that weren't the top tier, but they were the perfect fit.
Yep.
Which is a plus, right? Because now that you've emptied the bank, and we all know Belichick didn't empty that motherfucker to the max. He just gave enough. Mm-hmm. We have the opportunity to build back up year by year without having to worry about who we're getting next, because we already solidified those contracts. Yep. We have all the pieces we need right here for the next 3 to 4 years. That just means we get all our money back in the meantime.
Yep.
It's a genius move.
No, and honestly, as a Bills fan, it terrifies me.
It's a genius move.
But that's the exact antithesis of the Raiders and Browns organizations is the Patriots organization.
Right.
And why is that? Because Belichick runs that fucking show. He is the head coach, general manager.
Way to bring it back around. That was a way to bring it back around.
He is.
That motherfucker turned that bitch back. He might get the Doc Connector Award on this episode, boy. Because that makes perfect sense. But yeah, I mean, we'll use that to. Okay, no, not quite yet. We won't use that to roll into the brackets. What I'll say is the last thing I did want to touch on, and I feel like I have to, just because they're related in the playoff, is that Steelers-Ravens win. Now, I feel like that Steelers-Ravens win was the exact same game as the Jets Bills. You know what I mean? Like, from a standpoint of, you had, well, I don't want to say Zach Wilson's a backup or nothing like that, but you had a quarterback who hasn't been in that position before on the ropes the entire game. Tyler Huntley is mobile, and he still couldn't get away from the Steelers. Listen, J.J. Watt was on his fucking ass. Man. And I thought about it. I think we had a conversation about the
talking about TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, right. God damn it. And that's what I'm getting at, right? And I'm glad that actually helps my argument, because we had that conversation right back when we were talking about the Pro Bowl, and I said something about either JJ or TJ, and I was like, well, where's Myles Garrett and all that? And I swear on everything, I had to have been thinking JJ. Like when we were saying that, right? Because I know TJ Watt is having a historical year as far as sacks and all that.
Yeah. Right.
I had to have been thinking JJ when y'all were saying that for me to combat, like, well, why ain't Myles Garrett in there? Because TJ, of course, deserves to be in the Pro Bowl for sure. Yeah. But that it brought it back when I saw that game. I was like, what were you thinking? Like, were you thinking JJ? And I always get him confused, which is which, but yeah, he was on Tyler Huntley's ass the entire night. I think he sacked him alone like 3 times. It might have been 2, and I know he got a deflection and I think a forced fumble. It was just a great game. But I just had to bring that up, right? Because, first of all, it may be Ben Roethlisberger's last season. So he threw for 68.2 completion, 244 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 80.1 QBR. Huntley was 56 or 51.6, 141 yards, 2 interceptions, 37.2. The only thing I can make a comparison to is that, like I said, that Bills Jets, Zach Wilson looked more composed getting beat up. Huntley looked like he was just trying to do anything he could to get out of getting beat up.
Stay alive.
Yeah, and this one, you just wasn't. You was flailing. You wasn't gonna win. Well, you wasn't gonna win like that. But it was sloppy both on both ends as far as QB work goes. Even with Ben's 244, but they got in because we won. So Steelers, all that jazz. So, let's get into the brackets. Unless anybody else has anything they want to bring up before so.
When you mentioned TJ Watt, he actually tied Michael Strahan's sack record for single sacks in the season.
He didn't break it?
No, he didn't break it. He ended up tying it.
I thought he broke it.
No, he tied it. I got my information off of NFL.com.
Okay.
Yeah, he tied it. So that was pretty impressive. Like you said, he's an impressive player.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly just, as soon as I was watching it, and it's crazy how my mind works because I'm watching the gameplay and that's the first thing that pops in my mind. I think to myself, like, episode 87, and you just talked about how you said that TJ Watt shouldn't be in the motherfucking Pro Bowl because, and I'm like, you are a dumbass. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Players fuck up,
Right.
But,
it's in the name.
Right. Players fuck up too. But, I clearly wasn't thinking TJ when we were having that conversation. But, moving into the bracket. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing that I was going to add is that, seeing and LA had shit locked. They were pretty well locked in their division. But, like, seeing LA and Arizona lose heading into the playoffs. I didn't watch the games, so I don't know if they were sitting guys or what, but that was a little surprising for them to kind of stumble into the playoffs like that, especially because those teams were so hot.
Right, in the beginning.
Yeah.
The Cardinals were like, what, 6-0, 7-0?
Something like that. And I mean, they still finished, like both those teams still finished with like 11 and 12 wins, but
what's crazy is it's almost like the Cardinals and the Dolphins had reverse seasons. Like, lost all your games, then went on that long-ass streak, like, and vice versa.
Right.
But
so I think it'll be...
just couldn't make it.
I mean, generally speaking, I think the NFC is trash outside of 2 teams, and it's their 1 and 2 seed.
I agree.
But I'm curious to see how that ends up playing out. Should be interesting if nothing else.
Well, let's get into it.
Hey, real quick, Cliff.
Yeah.
Per NFL.com, I don't know if you and Mike Brown heard, but Michigan's coach, Jim Harbaugh, expected to draw interest from the Raiders.
Yeah, that was on.
Yeah, I saw that a while ago.
I mean,
no. I saw the interest from the Raiders a while ago, like a potential, but I didn't know that they reached out.
Yeah, they're potentially looking at him. No, I was just saying, what do you think? I mean, if a guy like Harbaugh came to Las Vegas, what do y'all think?
Bring back the 49ers.
I mean,
Kaepernick.
Yeah, just bring back the 49ers again. You know what I mean? Because he had them all playing.
What was you about to say, Mike?
Nah, I mean, Harbaugh's one of those guys that because he has NFL roots, there'll always be teams interested in him coming back. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think he's proven himself at that level, so like I think he could come back. He's kind of like Pete Carroll-esque in the sense
I think
that
he's better at that level than college, to be honest.
No, I don't disagree. So that's where it really comes down to what he really wants and how much money they're willing to back up to his house.
But is Pete I'm sorry.
I don't think Harbaugh's style works for...
Right. I don't think that if he's the guy you gave the keys to, he would make the
Yeah,
changes
no.
to.
I don't know that, and even on top of that, like going back to they need somebody, they need a coach, general manager hybrid. That ain't Harbaugh.
Harbaugh keeps Carr just to not shake things up, and that fucks up us moving forward.
Yep.
We need a quarterback that's going to be like, nah, cut. I'll keep you.
Yep.
That way they're willing to die on their sword. This is my sword. I'll die on it. I don't want your picks. I don't want to come in here and do this with who you already got.
And that's not
Harbaugh.
No.
But like we said in the beginning of the show, I don't know that it's anybody. Because if the Raiders don't allow it, it's not anybody.
Right.
And they haven't been known to allow that. So we're in that same boat.
All right. So how are we doing this bracket walk?
Now that's what I'm trying to figure out, right? Because I don't have Malcolm's, and Mike, I'm gonna need yours too.
I just got that's what I've been doing for the past damn 15 minutes,
Okay.
and that shit was confusing.
So, I mean,
I haven't got one, Cliff. If I don't have one tonight, I'm cool, right?
Yeah, no, we just need it by Saturday if you want in.
Okay.
What's the wager here?
That's what we're trying to figure out. I was looking up some things. I'm trying to figure out if we need to try
do this systemically or just the honor system.
No. That's why I wanted you to get it. Send it to the chat.
Sent mine, dude. Mine's pretty and everything.
I know. Well, mine's in there too. It's just not
as
pretty.
Right out, Monday.
But
no, I switched it to my phone for a second.
Nah, you good? We can hear
while
you.
I'm riding now.
Yeah, Mark, we can hear you.
Oh shit, my bad.
Right.
But everything you talked about.
This nigga.
Fucking Malcolm. There's always one.
Damn it.
But now here's my question, right? Before we get into it too deep, is how do you want to do the bracket? Like, are we breaking down first round currently? Or are we taking it to the end?
Well, and that's what's tricky about the NFL playoff bracket, right? Because the second round is determined by the first round. So the number one seed receives a bye in the first round.
Right.
They then play the lowest of the remaining seeds after the first round. So
there's a potential.
So let's say you pick the Patriots to upset the Bills. They're playing the Titans the next round.
Right.
So maybe start it off with that question. Maybe you take the 3 versus 6 seed or the 2 versus 7 seed. Maybe we just go through the first round and we'll play it by ear from there.
Yeah, that makes the most sense because that does put it it puts a wrench in the gears there.
It does because it determines. I mean that first, because it's not a true bracket.
Or maybe we're that great that we know based on the picks that the seeds are gonna be correct. But I don't really want to go too deep, right? Because there's still gonna be weeks in between the playoffs.
Right, we're still gonna need shows and that kind of stuff. But I mean, there is something to be said for walking through the bracket. So maybe it's just each person goes through their bracket and makes their case for each game and all the way through, and then you go back. Or everybody does their first round, or we do first round kind of the same way we always do pick them. So do the first round that way, and then each person talks about how the playoffs play out after that.
Man, you listen. That's why we keep you.
That's why
you're around.
CEO, Chief Operating Officer.
Listen. That's why we need, because that's the perfect way we'll do it. We'll do first round pick'ems today,
and then we can just talk through the rest.
Right. Well, while we're doing that, Malcolm, make sure you ain't showing that and you don't need to be showing. Okay. Because we are still on live. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody needs to see address numbers or nothing crazy.
All they're gonna see is a McDonald's drive-through and a.
What about you walking out of the door? Is what I'm saying.
Nah, there ain't nothing to see. Ain't nothing to see.
Matter of fact, I know from your notes, toss me up a lob for both mics because I'm about to take a piss.
All right, so
I know
let me
you seen
see.
something. I'll be
I mean,
right back.
There's a couple record-breaking stats. I see Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews surpassed Derek Mason for the franchise's single season receptions record at 103. Jamar Chase broke Chad Johnson's franchise mark for receiving yards. That was cool. Let's see. Dak Prescott tossed 5 touchdowns against my Eagles. He broke Tony Romo's team record.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, kind of skimming through, Devontae Adams set a franchise record for receiving yards single season, broke Jordy Nelson's mark, past 1,500 yards receiving. And then, TJ Watt, man, he tied for 22 and a half sacks. And Tom Brady broke Drew Brees' NFL record for completions in a season at 471. Brady also became the oldest player at 44 in NFL history to pass for 5,000 yards in a season.
Jesus.
Crazy.
Why can't he just go away? Why can't Brady just go away?
Man.
He is father time.
Can you imagine a down season?
Brady broke another record.
A couple records, Cliff. Touchdowns for his age and passing yards for his age.
Brady, the only NFL quarterback that got stats like an NBA player that came straight out of high school.
Man.
You can't beat
all I'm saying is Giselle's box must be magical. Rejuvenating, even.
You think? Or maybe it's the opposite.
Maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah, maybe it's like I need to get away from this bitch. I'm studying plays. I'm hitting cryos. I'm doing everything I can.
I'm doing everything I can to extend the season.
Right,
so
like he already said once he hits the playoffs, he sends his wife and kids on vacation, like away from him, so he can, tune in and stay focused. And you think about it, the playoffs that lasts about a month. You got a month to yourself. You got to prepare. Listen, babe, I'm 44 years old. I have to prepare all season round. Stay the fuck out of my face. Okay.
Hey, his wife looks so good. I would not be saying that.
Yeah.
Listen, once you got that money, it doesn't really
I was about
matter.
to say, you're also not Tom Brady and can pull whatever the fuck you want. Like, yes, she's gorgeous.
She got bread too.
She's also 40 something.
I'm sure Brady's Brady's under center like Omaha. Who the fuck is that bitch in the first row? Goddamn. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All
right.
right.
To the GOAT. Greats to the GOAT. Let's get to this this pick'ems here. So if we gonna do it that way, then let me do it like this. Okay, first we got Chiefs Steelers. Am I? Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
you're
wanted
good.
to make sure. So we got Chiefs Steelers first. Let me
Chiefs.
do it how we normally do. Okay, Mount got Chiefs.
I didn't do no spread. Cliff, I didn't do no spread. I just did the pick.
Well, that's for now. That's what I mean. I didn't have a spread in mind. We just gonna figure it out.
Okay, bet.
So, what do you think the spread could be?
Chiefs by 17.
Okay. Chiefs 17.
I call the Chiefs by 13.
Chiefs 13. That sounds right too.
Then Chiefs.
Hey, you got me at 17.
You got 10.
Right?
Yeah, I got you at 17. Mike at 10. OG
Okay.
Mike Brown at 13. I honestly think that is a good call at 13. I can see it being a touchdown and 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers still have the defense to stop the Chiefs. But I don't think that once Mahomes gets in his bag, you're going to be able to stop him too much. So 2 of those drives may end up in field goals to get. I can see that 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, OG. I'm going Chiefs 13. Okay. And then we're just gonna do AFC, NFC first round. So do you want to go back and forth or do you want to go straight down the divisions? Let's go straight down the divisions. Next,
straight down.
yeah, next game we'll go Bills Patriots.
Mike can go first. White Mike can go first.
I mean, obviously it's the Bills, and it's the Bills by 17.
Right. You said 17?
17. They decide to show up for the home crowd since they bagged it against them last time. The snow will be falling. There'll be 6 inches of snow on the turf. It'll be beautiful.
Do you think that'll be how it goes?
Josh Allen will be snow plowing, motherfucker.
But I don't know that. I don't know
Okay.
that that's that much of an advantage against.
No, it's really not. It's really not because we saw the Patriots run game. That being said, I think the biggest difference is that the Bills have found their defense, and they have found their run defense. They have found a rushing attack. I don't think Mac Jones is ready to play in the snow in Buffalo in January.
That's
Because you got to remember the last time they played, Mac Jones threw what? 3 passes?
yeah,
it was pretty weak, but
I don't think that they can do. I don't think they can run the ball 90% against the Bills this time around.
I'm going Bills 8.
Fair.
The only reason why I say that is because it was still the Jets last week. You know, I think that the Pats will do a better job keeping close. I just don't know if they'll have enough to pull it off.
I want to do Patriots 6.
But damn, that's what I was about to say. You can't really
I'm up.
Belichick.
It's gonna get down with. I think Mac Jones is really gonna show improve this time. He choked out last time against y'all, didn't he, Mike?
This most recent game, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
And again, he only threw 3 passes against us the week before or the time before. So.
This playoff football though, so playoff football is a little different.
I think the Bills managed to get after him. I think the Patriots try to keep it a little more balanced between pass and run, and I think the Bills sack Mac at least 4 or 5 times.
Right. Who you got, Mal?
Unpause your mic.
Yeah, you on pause.
I got the Bills by 10.
Bills 10? Okay. Bills 10, all right. Then we got Bengals Raiders.
So I think this is my biggest toss-up game.
Right.
I think the Raiders have enough on both sides of the ball to handle Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I think they win it by 3. I think this is a close game, but I think the Raiders win by 3.
Okay.
That Mixon ran on us last time, huh?
Listen.
Little Joe Nixon, whatever his name is. He ran on us last time. He ran on us pretty hard. So,
Man,
you know me, I'm going my Raiders, man, by 7.
fuck that. Fuck all that bullshit.
Hey, bro.
Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth.
Mike over there bubbly about the Bills. I'm bubbly about the Raiders too,
Listen,
bro.
I'm not mad at
Really?
you. But go ahead, Mal.
Hey, all things must come to the light, and this weekend the Raiders will come to the motherfucking light against the Cincinnati Bengals. It is going to be Cincinnati with the win, and Cincinnati, I'm going to say they win by 7.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's a shootout, but they win by 7.
It won't be a shootout. That's a fact. Carr he ain't got no guns.
Yes, he does.
Well, he might got the guns, but he ain't got bullets.
He got a knife.
Right.
Hey, can you?
Yeah, I
was going to say, can you round it up? Don't worry about it.
I'm going
Don't worry
Bengals
about it, bro.
6. I'm going Bengals 6, and the only reason why I say that is as much as I would like to see my Raiders win, Joe Burrows has thrown for 4 touchdowns in the past, 2 of his games he's played. And like I said, it took Carr 8 weeks to throw for more than one touchdown. If we get into a shootout and you got Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon and all them, we won't be able to survive that.
Right.
Especially if it depends on what defense shows up. And as we've discussed this episode, we are down defense and offense, but that's not an excuse.
No, because everybody's dealing with it.
Right. And I've seen Carr overthrow Zay Jones too many times on the streak.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. You did that to Ruggs. You're still doing it to Deshaun Jackson. You're doing it to Zay Jones. At this point, I'm thinking you just can't throw the streak. And we can't have an elite quarterback that can't throw a streak. So I'm giving it to the Bengals in the game.
Cliff, I meant to bring this up to you and Mike Brown all week. Do y'all know who y'all's offensive coordinator is? Because I do. Do y'all know?
No, who is it?
A guy named Greg Olson. Keyword, a guy. A guy named Greg Olson.
No, his name is Greg Olson. He's the offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. So what's the problem?
That's what I just said.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out what your problem
is. He put emphasis on a regular Joe. He's a regular.
Exactly.
I mean, you start attacking our
No. But in all seriousness, if Carr would have at least a formidable offensive coordinator of some type, let's say a Josh McDaniels, whoever, somebody who's a formidable offensive coordinator.
That could be true.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that.
I don't know. I might.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that, bro. Send him down to Texas then. Send Carr down to Texas where his big brother played at. Or send him to New York. Send him to the New York Giants.
That wouldn't make any sense. Mike, that makes no sense.
You said he would thrive in a system. I'm saying send him to New York. He can thrive in that system. They ain't got nobody. They're rebuilding.
What I said was give him a formidable, let's say, offensive coordinator, for example, at least. Okay, because let's be real, his special teams coordinator is his head coach right now. Okay? Is y'all's head coach. So he don't have a coach.
Okay.
So at least give him an offensive. What I'm saying is, at least give him an offensive coordinator. Then what does he do? If he still stinks, then okay, I'll say Carr's trash.
Right.
But I
can't afford another year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
We can't afford another year. I don't care if it's the OC. I don't care if it's the QB. I don't care if it's the QC. Get quality control out there. We can't wait for another fucking year. We can't do it. So let's move on.
Okay.
Bucks Eagles.
Bucks, but it's a lot closer than y'all think. It's gonna be Bucks. I'm saying Bucks by 6. A lot closer than y'all think because we lost in the regular season by 8 points to the Bucks.
I'm saying Bucks 14 over the Eagles.
I mean, hey.
Okay.
Bucks
Your
10.
coach might want to talk about planting some flowers and shit.
Bucks
14 OG?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike
and then Bucks
10.
Bucks by 10. I think Malk's right. I think the Eagles offense delivers more than we're expecting, but Tom Brady playoffs.
Yeah, he's gonna pick them off.
Fucking hate it.
I'm going 9. I'm going Bucks 9. And then we got 49. Or I'm sorry. First, Cowboys 49ers.
I'm going 40. No, I'm sorry. I'm going Cowboys with the win, and I'm gonna say Cowboys win by. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say it's a close game.
Okay. Cowboys 3. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys 2 in this. I might just have to give them the strong 7. No, because I'm pretty sure they're going to play Jimmy G.
They are.
And Jimmy G can't make the mistakes with Trayvon Diggs out there.
Deebo Samuel going to be out there.
Micah Parsons is back from COVID. He'll be back from COVID.
Yeah, he's back. He already got cleared. He's back.
Okay.
He's back.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for Jimmy.
George Kittle out there too.
I'm going Cowboys 17.
17 on them. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we
Come on,
need
Cowboys 7.
Cowboys 7. What you got, Coach?
Cowboys by 6.
Cowboys 6. Okay. Now, is there anything you would like to identify as to why you see it being that close?
Because it's playoffs, and I mean, at the end of the day, to be fair, like I haven't paid attention to either one of these teams, so
okay.
Just going on like surface level knowledge.
Right.
I think it ends up being a run or a heavier run game just because of that's the identity traditionally of both of these teams. And so I think it stays a little bit closer.
I think, honestly, you see more. This is what I would like to have Jersey on the show. Because I honestly think in this situation, I kind of agree with him. Where he might not agree with this sentiment, but I think you see more explosion out of the 49ers with Trey Lance at quarterback than you do at Garoppolo. The Cowboys can, right, and they can game plan for that. Yeah. You can't game plan for a Trey Lance.
Yeah, but this is the playoffs we're talking about, Cliff. This isn't just
right. But that, with that being said, with the playoffs comes chess moves. Like Mike said, Mike would like to see the Bills come out just as loose. The reason why he's concerned they will not be is because now it's the playoffs. These are chess moves against chess moves. These aren't fun plays. And when you have a Jimmy G at your quarterback and we're making chess moves, let's be honest, there's only a certain amount of moves Jimmy can make.
Right.
Jimmy is a bishop. Tom Brady is the queen. Aaron Rodgers is the queen. And I don't mean that in no funny way. I mean that as far as the amount of moves they can make on that board. Jimmy is limited. So when you come into a playoff situation, you can game plan a stop against a Jimmy. You can't do that against a Trey. You hope you get a stop against a Trey. Pin that defensive line's ears back and send him in there and hope you make him nervous to make a bad play. But other than that, there's nothing you can game plan against with him.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
So I don't know, but I think that the 49ers aren't quite there yet, and I don't think Trey's quite there yet. But I think you give him the opportunity. He's your guy. He's your guy of the future. At least let him get a taste. Unless you really think you got a chance of winning. And if so, do you think that's with Jimmy?
Right.
I don't know. But we'll move on. Last game, and then we'll do the hit the showers. And this is ironic because this might be the hardest game of all of them. Rams-Cardinals.
That's easy. What you mean hard? Bro,
I got Cardinals by 7.
I got Cardinals by 14. Rams just pissed the bed last week against 49ers. They've been pissing the bed a lot this season, truth be told. They've been dropping the ball a lot of games this season, honestly. Stafford shows his imperfections on why he's not going to win the Super Bowl.
I kind of called that out at the beginning of this season too, when I said that move between Goff and Stafford might not end up being the best for you.
He don't guard it.
I won't say that he doesn't have it. I'll just say that he may not be comfortable yet, or where I won't quite write him off yet.
Put him in the same boat as Matt Ryan. Like, as far as their talented quarterback skill, even though they're kind of getting older too, as quarterbacks and as players, but they're not Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
Matt Ryan could have been, should have been.
They all can throw for 4,000 yards.
I lost money on that game. He should have been a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It wasn't all on him. It was on his defense too, but you also didn't score the whole second half of that Super Bowl. So that's on you as well.
Well, right.
But my whole point is, I like the Rams. Like they look good on paper. Once again, Cliff, I think we talked offline, you and I. You know, it's like going to a restaurant.
Like
Looks
the
good on the
Browns.
menu. It looks good on the menu. Looks good on the menu. But once you order, you like, man,
That don't taste right. This ain't what I thought. I
Don't
wasted my
taste
money.
right.
Yep, you are
Exactly.
right.
That's how I feel about the Rams. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
My whole thing is with the Rams. My whole thing is the Cardinals have gotten the better of that series throughout the season, and in some cases handily. But all those visits weren't with, Von Miller and all them as well, and Odell, but both of them know what it takes, right? Von Miller is a Super Bowl champion. Odell is a Super Bowl champion. So it's like when you have players that know what the big play is about, it's still a plus for me. Right now, the Cardinals, they don't have many players that have been there. Kyler Murray's been there.
Right.
But you don't have players that have been in big moment situations like you do on the Rams. But I also feel like how Mike said with Josh Allen, it comes down to you. That's the same boat Matt Stafford's in, and I have a lot more faith in Josh Allen than I do Matt. Cards 14 by Mount, cards 7 by OG Mike Brown.
All right, I'm going Rams by 7, and it has to do with the almighty momentum. Like, yes, both of them, I think, took L's the last week of the season, but the Rams have a better track record the last 4 out of 5 games. Okay. So I'm going to go with the Rams. All comes down to momentum and who's feeling good.
I was leaning. Yeah, I think I did. I picked the Rams anyway, but yeah.
So I know you talked about, or did you give your spread yet?
Yeah, definitely picked the Rams. No, not on mine. What'd you say? Rams 7?
Rams by 7.
That's what
I think it's a shootout.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't switch up any of my picks. No, all mine match up. Yeah, I had Rams coming out of this playing the Packers. Well, at the.
Yep.
Yeah. So, the spread though. It's gonna be tight. I think I'm gonna go Rams 3.
Sounds good.
I think I'm gonna go Rams 3.
So that covers off the first round in the pick'em style. Are we going to talk through the rest of the bracket, or each one of us get a chance to talk through the rest of the bracket?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right.
Especially because we don't know who all is going to be available throughout the rest of the playoffs, so at least we have input from you on record. So would you like to start that off?
I mean, I will. It's, for me, generally speaking, I've got the higher seed winning out. And the only place where that changes is the Titans. The only place where that changes is Bills versus Titans in the AFC title. So I think the Titans then handle the Raiders is what that implies. And obviously I believe the Bills beat the Chiefs.
Well,
we've done it once this season. I also think that our defense is playing better than they were when we played Kansas City the first half of the season. So I think the Bills run the table in the AFC. I do think that
the Raiders Bengals are upset.
What's that?
Raiders...
True. I honestly, the 4-5 game I consider a toss up.
Okay, there we go.
That's a fair call out. But I think at the end of the day, you end up with Titans Raiders in the second round and Bills Chiefs in the second round. I think the Bills have a lot to prove after last season against the Chiefs. On on top of that, they handled them early in the season, and I think they're playing better football than they were early in the season.
I do too.
I think that's the number one thing there.
I judge that game off of us playing them as well.
Right.
Right. So when I see them whoop our ass and then us come back and, give them a game, it's like, well, I still think that the Buffalo has better team than us currently. So that's a win for Buffalo in my book, at least. That's how I look at that.
And then on the NFC side of the bracket, I mean, at the end of the day, it comes out to the seeds. Like the 1 plays the 4, so you've got Packers playing the Rams. I think the Packers handle the Rams.
Right.
And then you've got the Bucs versus Cowboys. I cannot go against Tom Brady as much as I want to, but I do believe the Packers meet the Bucs in the NFC Championship in a 1 versus 2 matchup, and I think Aaron Rodgers edges out Brady.
You think? See, that's what I hope. That's what I hope. But I still got the Bucs.
It sounds good, but yeah, the Bucs. Yeah, Tom's not. If Tom makes it that far,
I don't disagree. But I just love the idea of these 2 snow-riddled teams going to LA and playing in the fucking Super Bowl in warm weather.
You know what though? Out of all that, and I will say this, right? And Malcolm, I don't know, you should tune in to the last episode of Do Fools Agree.
Okay, bet.
Just not even the whole episode, just the last.
It was like the last 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. You should tune into that.
Okay.
And what I will say, even after me saying that, Mike, because I know me and you are probably the only ones that know at the moment. If anybody knocks the Bucs off, I think the Eagles do it.
If Tom Brady off before
anybody knocks the Bucs off, I think the Eagles do it. And the only reason why I say that, and I'm not even thinking of on your glory days with Nick Foles.
Now, you see the background. This is recent. See the background?
Yeah, I see the background. Did they win that game?
I want to make sure.
Did they win that
we lost
game?
by 8.
Right.
We lost by 8. We were even worse. What I'm saying is we were even worse at that time early in the season compared to where we potentially could be now. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, what I'm more so thinking is that Eagles are a good team this year. Regardless of what division, you are in an awful division, but the Eagles are a good team as a whole, like chemistry wise.
Right.
Hey, Cliff. Let me do my hit to shower so I can get out of here. I gotta go.
You know, handle your business.
Okay. My
Make
hit
it
to
a
shower.
good one since you.
No, I mean, I'm mad. I'm upset, and I like to take time out to say Miami Dolphins are like y'all the dumbest organization right now to me for getting rid of Brian Flores. That's my boy. I don't care what you say. Come to Las Vegas, my man. Hit the showers, Dolphins. That's why.
All right, Michael Brown.
All right. Sorry, y'all. I had to let that out. But
All
peace.
right.
We gotta go.
Yeah, handle your business.
All right, Burgess.
Holla back, fools.
Yeah, be safe.
Shave that facial hair too. It looks
I'm
dirty.
gonna keep it on there, buddy.
I thought you was Enrico. I thought you was there. I thought you was Jorge. Look, we're gonna start calling him Jorge, looking like that, boy.
Listen, you a fucking fool. Before he said, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, because the only reason why I said I feel like the Eagles have the potential of doing it is because, as everybody knows, this is the start of the fight. First round of the playoffs, right? This is when everybody gets their rhythm. Hopefully, the idea behind it is that your team is good enough to compete, to catch their flow within the game, to see who's the better man. But with the Eagles being so impressive, eerily impressive throughout the season, this is the chance for you to deliver your big punch immediately. You know what I mean? To shock the team into that nervous momentum. And I do think that they have the DBs that could capitalize if they're on their game. I don't see the Packers the Cowboys doing it. And I could see in some fashion the Rams possibly making it DB wise, like with Ramsey and them out there, giving Brady an issue. But I don't see with the path. I don't see that happening.
Where I think Brady runs into, I would say a brick wall, but it'll be a glacier, is Green Bay in late January.
Right. That's tough.
Especially when you're 45. Shit.
That's what I was just about
I barely
to say.
especially like, I barely can get out of bed at 35.
Man, that cold,
ass
Joe.
weather.
That cold, Joe. Listen, that's one thing about when we play flag football. It's in any weather. So if it's raining or whatever the case may be, we've played in the rain in 30-degree weather, and you'd be surprised at how fast your muscles stiffen up just from a quick halftime break.
No doubt.
So at 44. I know you exaggerate, not yet, but 44.
Right.
That's tough.
Right.
That's a tough situation, especially when this is full contact football.
Right. The only thing, one, Tom doesn't get hit very much because
he's got an O-line.
Fucking crazy. And then two, my only comment on the Bucs Eagles is that I just can't see Tom. As much as I would love for Tom Brady to lose to a rookie quarterback in the playoffs, it's not.
You couldn't see it happening, right? But see, that's the thing too. Just the same way I said about Trey Lance is you can't game plan for Jalen Hurts.
That's fair.
You just can't do it. Even if Jalen Hurts gives you a consistent performance this year and makes it back next year, you can guarantee it won't be the same performance.
Yeah.
He's that versatile.
He's an X factor. I agree with that.
So it's going to be tough for them regardless of the game. It's going to be tough for Brady in this first round. But I still give it to the Bucs. But I think, like you said, I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think, Malk. I will give you that.
Right. Yeah, I think we'll put some pressure here and there.
But yeah, other than that, I think, like you said, it comes down to the Packers, Bucs. And I honestly think, like, I don't care about the little slogans you trying to push for marketing, like, well, the grass is greener where you water it. It doesn't fucking matter if you don't have weapons.
Right, yeah.
I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be Bruce fucking Lee. Throw your nunchucks around. If I got a strap, I'm busting you. No pun intended, or however that works.
All right, so what do you got, Malk? Who you got in the divisional title games?
My shit was confusing as hell. I did mine on my phone.
Oh, I didn't
Try
say
to piece
AFC.
it all together.
AFC, I got Buffalo Bengals.
In the AFC title game?
Yep, I got Bengals playing the Titans, and I got them edging the Titans out.
Okay. I don't hate that. Because the Titans are the only team in the AFC that scares me right now.
The Bengals, you said?
I said the Titans are the only team in the AFC that scares me right now. So if the Bengals go and beat the Titans,
you would prefer
I think
that.
we handle. I mean, it's the same thing I talked about last year. Like, I wish the Browns had knocked off Kansas City last year because the Bills would have handled the Browns.
Right.
And it was not going to happen against Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Championship games. That's a good question. I'm trying to read this. I have the Chiefs and the Bills in the AFC. I have the Bills. I have you guys edging the Chiefs out, Mike. So you'll be proud to hear that. So I have you guys going to the championship. And then for the NFC, I had the Packers and the Bucks. I got the Bucks winning. I got the Bucks winning that game.
So the Bills
I
and
have
the
the
Bucks.
Bucks and the Bills and the Bucks. And
Who you got winning it? The Bucks.
Shit, Tom Brady. He making it that far at 44 years old with that experience.
I cannot tell you. So I forgot to mention this. I have to take a step back. There's a prophecy at work here.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There's a prophecy at work
Let me
here.
stop.
In my vows to my soon-to-be ex-wife, I ended them, and Cliff was there. He can vouch for this.
Yes, I can.
Right.
I ended it with love and cherish you until the Bills win a Super Bowl or the Jackets win a Stanley Cup. Right now, our divorce looks like it'll be final at some point in February. The Bills won't make me a liar. Come on.
Right.
The prophecy must be fulfilled.
Listen.
And I'm going to talk to my lawyer about whether or not that's a good enough exit clause.
That's crazy too, because you say that as it'll never happen, but then the worst happens, and then that happens.
I'm sorry, but if all I had
I know
to
that's
sacrifice,
the meaning of a prophecy, but I'm saying like that really is trippy.
If all I had to do for the Bills to win a Super Bowl was sacrifice my marriage, so be it.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
That's my guy, man. That's how big fans we is to hit the showers.
That's right.
Hit the motherfucking showers. Wives, ex-fans, all that. Hit the showers. Baby moms, daughters, y'all hit the showers. I like that. That's hype. I get hype. That hype me. Listen, well, that's about it right there. Well, who is our hit the showers? After I gave it to our wives, ex-wives, baby moms, daughters.
Well, you stole
Bob has
mine,
a son. You hit the showers too, little nigga. So you ain't excluded.
I'm giving mine out to Big Ben, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
So I read an article on NFL.com, and it was for today. And it said that Big Ben jokes to the media that the underdog Steelers don't have a chance versus the Chiefs. And he quotes also, let's just go play and have fun. Now, I agree. I'm not saying I disagree with the statement, but I feel like with your last year being the quarterback in Pittsburgh, being the leader that you are, like, I wouldn't say that out loud is what I'm saying. I wouldn't say that to the media. I wouldn't. Because as I look on you and then your team coming into the, like, you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
I just feel like that was weak. Like, why would you say that? We don't have a chance. He said, don't have a chance, and then said, let's just go play and have fun.
Well, see, now that would make me feel like if I was Mike Tomlinson, I would feel like, Ben, sit down. Mason, come get these reps in. Right. Because regardless, I don't want anybody in the game that's feeling like that, especially somebody that's in the game 1 year too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. Oh, he should have been.
Now you can't take that from Ben, right? Because Ben's never had an under 500 season. Worst season he's ever had in his entire career is 8-8. So you can't take that away from Ben, but at the same time, like I saw a post the other day. I don't know if it came from Barstool or Bleacher Report, or it might not even been one of them. It might have just been a regular person, but it said, hold up. What the fuck did it say? God damn, that's gonna throw me off, man.
So what I will say on that note, like, I'm with you, Malk. Like, I'm not a fan of that kind of talk, even though a number of head coaches I've been around, that's how they play the media as well.
Right.
Like,
I remember it though. They said ain't no farewell seasons in the NFL. And that's the truth.
Right.
You're not going to get nobody giving you glory points. Nobody's going to stand there and let you take a three because, rest in peace, you're Kobe and you want to hit a certain amount of points on your way out. That's not going to happen in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So when you give the opportunity to somebody who's already past their prime, but is still effective, I'm not taking that away from Ben.
Right.
You can't allow them to lead your ship of a team into those heavy waters of a playoffs if they know that nobody's going to come back alive.
Right.
Let me at least have the young buck from below the decks that's like, nah, I got an idea.
Yep.
I'll get us somewhere. I'd rather have him do it than that old. Nah, once you say shit like that, I'm with you. I think that's me.
Right.
I can't even give another hit the showers.
I can't respect that. Yeah, I can't
give another hit the showers.
Now I will throw this out there.
Okay.
If there is a major upset in the first round of the playoffs, it's the Steelers over the Chiefs.
I thought that as well, though.
Not my pick. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but is that the one that is rife with the most upset potential? Yes, because you can never count out the Steelers' defense.
I thought that as well, though. But J.J. Watt got banged up. T.J. Watt got banged up, didn't he, at the end of the game?
I mean, player's going to play. So
he's going to play. But
that is the one, like, out of what's out there in terms of that first round, that's the biggest upset that's sitting out there. And do I think it'll happen? No, it wasn't my pick, but I will go on record and saying if there is a major upset, so either the 2 versus 7 or the 3 versus 6, it will be the Steelers.
Right. Nah, I agree with that.
And that pains me to say because I lived there for 6 fucking years and I'm so over Steelers fans, but I will give credit where it's
I can't stand Steelers. You can't get rid of them. Either they're Browns or they're Steelers. Like here, like, and I'll be thinking like, I know it's close, but god damn, my G, like, why?
Steelers fans are everywhere, though. They're everywhere.
Just say here.
And then I'm gonna give a double hit the showers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, give it that. That's great because I piggyback.
You rattled off everybody. So. Your mama, your baby mama, your wife.
Right.
No, I will give a double hit to showers to Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Fuck off, both of you. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
I'm
That's
not
fair
mad
enough.
at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. Well,
I know Tom Brady is my general pick for hit the showers, but I'll add Bill in there since we're playing them this week.
Is that your general pick, though?
Oh, dude, I think if you were to go back and you were to look at historical, I've probably said Brady probably a dozen times.
Well, that's like OG Mike Brown with Trent Brown and me with Derek Carr.
Right.
So you can't feel bad about that. But does anybody have anything to take us out with? I had to get the credits together. I never did it beforehand.
It happens. So the only thing that I've got is I think we've got a lot going on. I think the network has a lot going on. I will do my pitch for the network overall, and Hit the Showers is obviously a big part of that. I think that we've got some good plans coming up for Hit the Showers. Hoping to be able to get an intro video out for Hit the Showers. If motherfuckers would send me their goddamn.
Well, either way, I don't want that.
Gotta redo mine.
I don't want that to come out regardless. I might redo mine too, but I don't want that to come out regardless until episode 1 of season 2.
That's fair, and I'm cool with that. But that means people got to get their shit in.
Yeah, it is
because it is creeping up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all have been doing a great job.
Well, either they submitted or hey,
they're not in the video.
Right.
And then outside of that, obviously, I will do my usual pitch for Do Fools Agree on Friday nights. We are looking for guests, so if you're in the regional area, or even if you're not, drop us a line at foolproofentertainment@gmail.com. We love talking to people, small business owners, people that are active in their community. And yeah, we like to have a good time. And then Mind and Body Understanding, I need to get in touch with Jeff, but I'm hoping that we kind of get back on track with that one as well. And we'll talk through. We're going to try to see, if we can launch 1 or 2 more shows on the network this year. So I think we got a lot of big things coming for the network overall. And I'm excited, man. Like, hey, we are what, 2 years in now? We've got over probably 3,000 hours worth of content and almost actually, we're probably over 200 episodes between Hit the Showers, Mind and Body, and Do Fools Agree.
I'm sure of that.
All right, that was my pitch to give you time to finish the credits, sir.
Oh, no.
Is that what
Credits
that was?
finished. I appreciate all that because, I'm real loose with it. I barely give a.
Do us a favor, like, share, and
You know
subscribe.
what? That motherfucker, he inspired me. For anybody who is interested in participating or being a guest on a show, email me at hittheshowerspodcast@gmail.com and we may be able to schedule something in the near future. But understand that after the Super Bowl, football ends and we are moving on to NBA. So, but beyond that, if you like golf, soccer, whatever the case may be, we can get you set up to a situation where you may be able to run that on your own.
And we've always got fight sports.
Listen,
water polo.
I don't know. You would be the only water polo fan. And from what I heard, they cheer.
That's a rich sport.
And from what I heard, they cheer with their feet upside down in the water with their ass out. So you probably would be a water polo fan.
Hey.
Are you on Saturday or nah?
Yeah, I'm on.
Well, catch us Saturday unless Malcolm back out on us.
I'm on depending how upset I get over this Eagles game.
Well, it wouldn't be there by then.
Yeah, I will not be on because the Bills are playing at that time, so they're playing on Saturday.
What time?
You got a Saturday game too?
Let me see.
Damn.
Now you got when do y'all play, Cliff?
I thought we played Sunday.
I'm gonna look up the playoff games. I'm just looking at it as a whole.
Bills and Raiders and Bengals play Sunday.
Eagles, Tampa Bay is Sunday at 1:00. Niners, Cowboys.
Then I'm good.
Cardinals, Rams is 8:15 on Monday, and then the AFC is
the 15th.
The AFC, the Patriots, Bills is Saturday 8:15. Vegas, Cincinnati at 4:30. So you guys are the 4:30 Saturday game.
So I'm seeing that now.
And then Steelers, Chiefs is the Sunday night game.
Damn, I thought we was Sunday.
So you're Saturday. Well,
just have to wait till post.
Regardless, listen, the show must go on, even if I gotta miss part of the game and be wrong. Sure. I'll predict predictions as the game is playing.
As the game is happening.
I'm not even watching. I'll say, and Jacobs runs for 7 yards, stopped at the motherfucking 37-yard line.
You probably could stream it on
the entire game and be wrong as shit.
You could stream it probably on a different device while you're in the background,
do all that,
right?
But that would take away from the show. So what I'll do is me, and we'll figure out what's happening while it happens. I know you got the NFL Network over there, so you stream it on one of your devices.
And keep it.
Well, I won't need to because it's local TV. The playoffs are everywhere.
Yeah, playoffs are over the air.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'll probably do then. I'll probably hook this TV up and change it while we start the show.
There you go. Yeah. All right. You gonna wrap us up, Cliff?
I thought we wrapped up about 3 times. Fuck the Eagles unless they beat Brady.
There you go. I can get on board with that.
You going for gold.
We're going for gold. 3 first-round picks next year. 3 first-round picks next year.
We out.
Peace.